Welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News. I'm Robin Stienberg, and today here at the Bruno Art Gallery here in Singapore, we have Eyal Radwinowitz with us. Eyal, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for coming.
We love your art piece behind you, and it's amazing, all the way from Israel. Tell me, how do you first begin, getting the inspiration to become an artist?
Well, I can remember myself being an artist since my early teen years, and when I started back then, I didn't do large-scale, colorful paintings. I used to do portrait drawings, and I don't remember anyone ever telling me start to draw. It was just an inner urge to create, and more than 20 years later, I still have that inner urge in me, so I've never stopped doing art.
Now, speaking about inner urge that you spoke about, what kind of designs do you call? I mean, they have these circles and this immense energy coming out from the painting. What kind of methods do you use?
I mean, this is exactly you said. You used the correct word, energy. Because if you ask me what is my art about, it is about energy. It's about the need to portray energy, and that's why I do it in an abstract painting as opposed to a figurative painting, because energy, it can be sensed, but you can't see it. So it's only natural to portray it in an abstract painting. The way I portray energy through every one of my painting has a subject. And I portray its energy through the colors that I believe symbolize that subject, because colors all have a universal symbolic meaning. Mm-hmm. For example, red is associated with passion, and also some cultures with luck, and on the other hand with anger. Blue is associated with purity. Green is associated with fertility. Yellow and orange, both are colors symbolizing happiness and joy.
Amazing. Now, with that, theory that you have, built upon, what is your definition of contemporary art for Israel? And looking forward, do you think that art will be a means of communicating peace while in the midst of conflict?
I think contemporary art is so diverse that it's hard to associate one specific meaning to it. I think it is art that is made by people living today, people who are looking at today's world with their eyes, with their subjective interpretation, and they put it into their creation. That's how I would define my art as contemporary. As far as a message of peace, I think that peace is about unity and dialogue between cultures all over the world. And now that I'm exhibiting in somewhere that is far away from my home country, and I see people who are relating to my artwork, and they're connecting to it, that's my message of peace. That's because I'm using the universal language of art to connect with people all over the world.
Now, how is your experience so far here in Singapore? How important does the people here around the world that needs to see your work? How important is that to you?
Oh, it is extremely important to expose my artwork to a whole new country of people who have not seen it before, and to see their response. I think it's one of the most exciting things that artists can aspire to. And I'm having the best time of my life this week in Singapore. We've held several events in this gallery this week besides the opening night, and people's responses, the way from their questions and their impressions and their compliments, it's just great.
So what's the difference do you see between Singapore and Israel? By the responses.
I guess people who come to my exhibitions in Israel, many of them already seen my art in past exhibitions. So the excitement factor, although they always see new works, but the excitement factor is kind of different from the excitement factor that I see now in Singapore, where this is the first time I've exhibited here and the first time they've been exposed to these works.
What's the one thing that you've learned from this tour here in Singapore?
First of all, I've learned that Singapore is an amazing city. That I should travel more. No, but as far as my art, I think I've just many of the things that I've seen here as far as the city, as far as the mentality of the people, the culture, has inspired me to create new paintings in the spirit of Singapore, and I hope that someday they will be exhibited here.
So what will be the one color that you see Singapore has inspired you? One color that you choose?
Green.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you, Eyal, for joining us here at the National Critics' Choice. For viewers who would like to get hold or know more about your works, where can they get it from?
Bruno Gallery in Singapore. Mm-hmm. This is the place. Everyone is obviously welcome to come here to see my art when I'm exhibiting, and when I am not exhibiting. The gallery always has my paintings here. So please come and enjoy the art.
Yeah. So any plans after this? Will you be traveling to any other countries for your tour?
I hope to be traveling more to exhibit my art, and we will keep you updated.
Well, once again, thank you. And folks, please do log on www.brunoartgroup.com for more information. And I'm Robin Stienberg. Thank you for joining me here at the National Critics' Choice.
Thank you.